Diablo Season 2 has been announced. And let me tell you something, okay? This is gonna be pretty interesting. We have a lot of information. First, we're gonna check out the trailer, then we're gonna check out the announcement, and then we're gonna check out the detailed announcement. It's gonna be wild because, what do you honestly expect from the people who brought us Diablo 4 Season 1?
It started small.
Who?
Nameless people that no one would miss. Dead. Discarded.
Okay.
Their throats torn open. The church ignored the killings. Even as fear mounted like the bodies. The desperate and the brave fought to end the corruption.
Okay.
But they were too late. It changed them. Killed them. Brought them back. Hungry. I have fought this plague a long time. We need something different. A survivor with all of their strengths and none of our weaknesses. Someone unexpected. And they'll never see you coming. Track them. Hunt them.
Okay.
Kill them. In the realm of darkness, we are the beacon of light. Let our stakes pierce through the hearts of the damned. For tonight, we hunt.
Okay, yeah. So it's the season of blood, a vampire season. Oh, I'm so excited. It'll bring me back to my twilight years of sparkly Edwards. Oh boy, was that not great, And man, we already see a couple of things. Obviously, they did not show any gameplay at all, almost, just the small bits and pieces of, well, what you can very clearly see are just reskinned enemies. Why make new ones if you can just slightly alter the color of already existing enemies? That's pretty cool. So, the trailer is, needless to say, less impressive than anything that PoE ever does. Which kind of speaks honestly volumes in my honest opinion, because we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company right here. So the fact that they didn't even put effort into their trailer to make it look good, it's not bad, but, whatever. In any case, this is the real meat and potatoes that everyone probably wanted to see, not that shitty trailer. This is the announcement of everything that's coming in Season of Blood. And this is as good as you probably would honestly expect from Blizzard in the modern day setting, right? Because we have here 5 new and returning endgame bosses, which is, someone just literally misspelled this, because the reality is, it's like, okay, so there's gonna be like 5 new bosses, and 1 boss that's gonna return, because there's literally nothing but 1 boss in the game that can make a return. So, nice try to play on words right there, Blizzard, but ironically enough, this is their best announcement so far. Updating the renown rewards. The rewards that no one cares about, everyone hates and finds as a chore. Yeah, that's gonna get updated. And by the way, this post right here is core features of the season. These are the big things in the season. This is what Blizzard tried so hard to make happen. Yeah, they're removing essentially the renown because no one likes them. And this is a core mechanic of the season. Are you already excited? They already ran out of things to announce in their, literal second PowerPoint presentation line. And that's never a good thing, okay? Updates to gem and stash storage. Core mechanics, boys. Something that the game needed to start off with, that the developers were too inept to actually do at Season 1. Now is a core Season 2 feature. The game's actual gem stash and a stash storage that you can filter in. Wow. Wow. Man, at this point, we're really gonna have to wait until Season 20 until some seriously good changes happen. And let's not forget about everyone's favorite Season 2 feature. Updates to resistance and status effects. That's right, resistances are finally gonna work. You know the thing that should have worked at the start of the game but didn't and the Blizzard never fixed? Well, congratulations. That's now a core Season 2 feature. I can already feel that Season 3 is going to be absolutely wild at this rate. Oh boy, I'm so excited. First we get... I don't even know what that was. Second, and now we get vampires. Wow, you know the mobs that you hit, they teleport away and they're really annoying? More of that. I can't literally wait. And then the best part, what they tried to technically kind of hide but failed, is the actual explanation what's happening in the Season of Blood. 5 endgame bosses, new and returning foes for additional endgame challenges. Now, admittedly, 5 new endgame bosses does sound good, but let's be real. All of them except Lilith are probably going to be tank and spank. That's first of all. Second of all, Blizzard is a big enough company to add 20 endgame bosses. There's no reason to add just 5. You can add 20. There's absolutely no there's nothing preventing you from doing that, Blizzard. But for some reason, you're just not doing it, huh? Better targeted farming of uniques and uber uniques. Now, this should have actually been put there because target farming actually is cool. Because it's actually fun, it's actually interesting. You know, now you don't have to worry. If targeted farming actually exists, you don't have to actually worry about stash space in general. So, you know, Blizzard, as always, couldn't just announce like a stash change in Season 1 because, you know, need to save you know, big things for Season 3 too, obviously. So they implement nothing, and now on Season 2 they overcorrect. Typical Blizzard. Renown rewards. Renown will carry over when completing on any prior character beyond Altars of Lilith and map discovery. A change literally I was advocating for from day one, because no one wants to go and spend 2 hours clicking on Altars of Lilith. It's the dumbest thing ever and should have never been in the game to begin with. Like, clicking on a couple of altars, okay, maybe if there's like 2 altars in the game, okay? But 100 and whatnot now, altars? No, how about literally never? The renowned system should not exist in the first place. It includes potion changes, yeah, essentially, yeah. So, congratulations. They didn't want just a single PowerPoint point. You know, when in school, it's like, if you have 3 PowerPoint points, it's like pretty bad because that means you're clueless. Well, this is like Blizzard, but they didn't even get the 3. It's like they're pushing the 2-point presentation here, which is ridiculous. And then we have more things. Status effects. Updated elemental resistance system. Only Blizzard could call something that was a bug and didn't work a feature in their next season. It's beautiful. It's honestly beautiful. Vulnerable, overpowered, and critical strike damage updates, which is good. Again, we need to make... So, Blizzard at one point, before Season 1, nerfed vulnerable damage, crit damage, and all of that jazz, and people were pissed, even though that was actually a smart move, because that would allow us to build characters on, you know, other build paths except crit damage, and vulnerable. Because the reality is, vulnerable, crit, and crit damage are the most 3 important stats, and there's literally no other way to build a character. If you're not building those stats, you're kind of failing. And nerfing those stats obviously was a good thing. But then they flip-flopped and buffed those stats again because people were complaining. So now they're hopefully going to do it properly in a single update and it's going to be good. And then we have the gem and stash. Gems no longer take up inventory space. We didn't even have to wait until Season 5, boys. I personally think Blizzard is learning. That's a joke, obviously. Stash can be searched and filtered. Wow! Whoa! Oh, don't spoil me now with your absolute amazing list of upgrades. So, if we exclude 5 bosses in Season 2, everything else is not an actual mechanic that's coming up. All of this should have been in the game when it launched. But since Blizzard doesn't play their own games, since Blizzard is incompetent, it sadly wasn't. So it is what it is, boys. Anyway, 5 new bosses. There's going to be also... They don't mention this, but there's going to be new vampire skills, which is pretty good. I mean, they literally should have completely ignored all of this garbage and said, hey, yeah, you're going to have a vampire skills. But yeah, they don't show that for some stupid reason. I don't know why. It's like, obviously, this is going to piss off people because this is something that should have been in the game on day 1. But it's not. But yeah, they're going to add new skills, which is pretty cool. Vampire skills sound pretty good. And as long as, you know, also, as much as I can understand the hearts, the blight mechanics are still probably going to stay in the game, hopefully, because, again, there's no other way to actually keep the blight, you know, have a returning endgame boss, because we only have one boss in the game that's new and can make a return. So, Blight is still staying, which is good, which is great, because, you know, that's exactly what everyone wanted, even though Blizzard at the start wanted to actually take away the Blight mechanics and everything, because, you know, putting 3 skulls in your jewelry sounds like such an amazing gameplay option. Yeah. No word on them actually, by the way, fixing the game currently. Sorceresses still are going to only have 1 viable skill to play the game with, and, you know, other classes are going to probably have 2 viable ways to game to play with, which is kind of neat. But, yeah, currently Diablo 4 seems to be still in an absolutely disastrous state. A huge part of it is Blizzard not even playing their game and being inept, as we all expected. They are saying that a lot of things that are bugs and should have been on day 1 are going to be features for Season 2. So, at this point, I have to say one good thing about this. Season 3 is probably going to start looking good. Season 3 is probably where it's going to go up. Because finally at Season 2, we are going to be at the point where the majority of problems that should have been fixed on day 1 and, or, you know, not exist even at all, are going to be addressed. So, that, in my opinion, is honestly absolutely great. Anyway, this was Quizzer Sid saying thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.